Hi, my name is Kritika Chabria and I have participated in the Quality NZ's virtual cooking competition show that had been held today. It was really great on Quality NZ's part to take up this initiative and do this cooking competition virtually. It was really commendable that they took up this initiative during these difficult times. And as the name says, it all Quality NZ. It's born out of the determination that it's a conglomeration between two countries, India and Australia, that is New Zealand. So my dishes, they are namely mutton rogan josh and the honey garlic spicy fish. I chose to cook up mutton rogan josh as it represents India, and I chose the latter one because it represents the British American culture. So that's how I thought of getting into this cooking thing. Thank you, Quality NZ. You all have done an amazing job taking up this cooking competition. It was an immense pleasure to be a part of this, and your products are the world's best mutton and fish that I have ever tasted. I'm usually not a mutton and a fish fan, but I think after this mutton and the fish quality that you all have given us is priceless. It's quite amazing. Thank you so much. The mutton was outstanding, and the fish, I've never seen a fish so soft like this before. So thank you so much. You all did an amazing job. Thank you so much. To dry roast these masalas, these dry masalas, which includes black peppercorns, dhaniyas, whole dhaniya, red chili, the whole red chilies, some fennel seeds, some cumin seeds, so that I form into a. Once the onions have properly caramelized to this texture and to this color, I'm going to add the ginger, garlic, and green chilies granules to it to enhance the taste. After stirring for about 3 to 4 minutes, after the garlic and the ginger paste have gone inside, add these dry roasted masalas to it, the one which I roasted. And always see to it that your flame is on low so that you don't burn all the masala. Finally, you can add the tomato puree. I've added about 3 big tomatoes, made a puree out of it and adding it to it. I'm going to let cook the onion and the tomato paste for about good 15 to 20 minutes on medium high flame. Always see to it that you don't do it on high flame because you can burn up the masalas. Here I had marinated the mutton with curd, with homemade curd and with dry masalas, that is turmeric, red chili powder and some garam masala powder and dhania powder. I'm going to roast it with a tablespoon of ghee. You have to cook the mutton on high flame for about 7 to 8 minutes and then do the flame on lows so that you can tender the mutton really well. Do it on low flame for about good 40 minutes or 1 hour. So here I have added the mutton in the tomato onion gravy. I'm not adding too much of water because mutton by itself releases some water while cooking. It's going to take more about 30 to 40 minutes to cook. Once the mutton has been tendered, I have added the salt and a few of dry masalas and let the mutton cook in its own form now for about good 40 to 45 minutes. One pro added tip that I'm going to give you all mutton lovers and chicken lovers. If you all want your gravy to be a little thickened or more of gravy, at the end you all can add some yogurt. So here you can see the oil has been released and the mutton is almost halfway to its being prepared. It's almost half tender. I'm going to give it more about 20 to 20 minutes to let it cook. Step, when your mutton is almost done, you have to add saffron, which I had added it to the milk before I started cooking so that the saffron is infused properly. I'm going to add it now.
This is really tender. It's the best Rogan Josh. Very delicious. Good job done.
I've never seen such amazing quality of fish before. Usually, I'm not a fish eater, but looking after the quality of the fish that the quality NZ people have provided. So the first step is basically I'm going to fry the fish, not into a very hot oil. You have to fry the fish into this golden brown color. See to it that your fish, the outer part of the fish, is not too brown. That is the reason we always cook it into not very piping hot oil. Now to start with the honey chili gravy for the fish, I've added butter and I've added garlic and ginger and granules of green chilies to it. Once they start turning into light brown color, I'm going to add the whites of the green spring onions and saute it for a bit, for about a minute. Once they start turning into light pink, add the bell peppers and saute it for about again 1 minute. While the peppers are being sauteed, add salt to it according to your taste, how much ever you need it. Add black pepper. To make the sauce, I've added about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and I'm going to add honey to it, at about 3 tablespoons of honey. I'm going to mix them really well so that a sauce is formed. I'm obviously going to add a little bit of water. Squeeze in and about half of your lime to give that nice citrusy flavor to your fish. I've made a cornflour slurry to put it in the gravy so that the consistency is not too thick and not too thin. I'm going to add a little bit of homemade Szechuan sauce to add that little spicy flavor to the honey chili garlic fish. I've added in the fish now to the gravy that I've made and let it stay for about good 10 minutes so that all the flavors of the Szechuan sauce, the honey, the garlic will go inside in the fish and give it a good taste.
The fish is so tender and so rightly cooked. I have no words to say. It's simply delicious. I'm going to eat up the entire bowl. The fish is so fresh. I've eaten the fish that we usually get from the market, but this fish is so fresh, so tender that it's just melting in my mouth.